Hello there, I'm Lucas, the doofus that runs this art channel, and I've been noticing a bit of a troubling trend happening on TikTok, if you could say that, within the art community, where people are drawing themselves to the absolute banger that is Watch Me Work from the Trolls 3 soundtrack. Being a little, anal about the phrase, "You are so talented." Every artist's favorite 4 words. Damn, I had to count. But those words have been plaguing the art community since way before I was born. And I'm 19. I've been on this earth quite a long time, if I can say so myself. I can't. Don't listen to me ever. But no, this trend is a little silly to me because I remember when I was like 12, 11, 10, I don't know, where I was like a little dick about this compliment too, where I would push up my little spectacles and say, actually, talent is something you're born with, and skill is something you acquire with years of practice and patience. And it took me 8 to 10 years to learn how to draw this rainbow horse. I guess what it really comes down to is like intention, because most of the time the people that are telling you "you are so talented, I wish I could draw like you" aren't artists, so they're using talent and skill interchangeably when most artists know the difference because of this entire debate. I guess not really debate. More of a collective sigh from like the entire art community for some reason. Because at the end of the day, it is just a compliment. It's not that deep. Like most of the time, the people that are complimenting you in this way aren't artists. Like they don't really care about the difference. Like they're just like the average everyday person. Not that like we artists are the best, we're pretty average too. It's just like, people that have normal hobbies like books, the Colleen Hoovers, but the intent behind this compliment is just to say that you're good, and it's okay to just say thank you and move on, because most people use talent and skill interchangeably. I guess this trend just highlights one of the many negative things about the art community online. It's just, I guess, the resentment that most artists hold towards just other people and compliments for some reason. Because, dog, I get it. Like, being upset over people telling you that the skills that you have picked up from drawing for, the many years that you've been alive is talent, something you're born with, you didn't work towards it, is like, discounting the work that you put in. But again, it's just people saying that your art is good. that's the end of it. It's not that deep. And this trend is just making bringing up this long standing debate about this stupid phrase. Like, it's not that serious. And I know I'm not taking it seriously because it's not that serious. But I'm not trying to make fun of the artists that are participating in this trend, because it's just a harmless little TikTok thing. I just wanted to talk about it. And, like I said before, I used to be offended by the whole talent skill thing before because, well, I had that same mindset of, wow, you're not, thinking about all the work that I put into this. When, most of the time, people just, aren't thinking about it. It's, in the back burner of how long it must have taken you to be able to draw like this, it's just, my art isn't the best, but it is definitely leagues ahead of what it used to be back when I was offended by this phrase, this compliment, Because when you're at the ripe old age of backaches and dentures, you've heard this line over and over and over again, and at some point, you just have to stop taking it so seriously, which is probably why I'm, not taking this trend, I don't know, why I have this reaction towards this trend. You feel do you know what I'm saying? Conversely, on the other side of this argument, there's people who are completely against this whole, trend as an entirety. And they're attacking artists who participate in it. Bro, if it is not that serious to be upset over the compliment, then it is not that serious to the point where you need to be attacking these artists' art style. Bro, what are you doing? If anything, you're just making the artists who have these already not so good mindsets and making them double down because you're being mean. You're being an asshole. And most of the time, the people that are saying these really rude things aren't even artists, bro. It's never okay to go after another artist's art style or work at all, unless it is Butch Hartman. He is the one exception to this rule, because Butch Hartman is a genuine piece of shit. But for the most part, the people who are participating in these trends are just not Butch Hartman. They're the regular everyday artists, and in most cases they're also pretty young, so they don't have that repeated hearing this phrase over and over and over. They're not desensitized to it yet, so they're gonna take it a little harsh. But it's just a really non-serious trend to be relatable to other artists that are frustrated towards it. I'm just saying it's a harmful mindset, and it's even more harmful to go after the artists that are saying this sort of stuff, it's just not constructive. When people feel threatened, they don't want to listen because you're not making them feel good, so they're shutting down. That's how most humans work on this planet, unfortunately, So, it's not helping if you're going to them and saying, oh, I love your confidence, because you think that their art is bad. And art is subjective. Their art isn't bad. You're just being an asshole, okay. I'm starting to mess up a lot more because, this is something that genuinely gets to me. But it's such an unserious trend that started with an unserious compliment, and people are beefing over it. Like, believe me, I understand both sides because I am a self-taught artist. I've been drawing for a little over a decade, you know, because I am only 19. Can't have been drawing for too long, you know? But, so, like, I understand that frustration of when you hear people say that it's talent because you feel like people aren't seeing the work that you put into it, when they just don't mean it that way. So I understand it on, you know, both aspects. Because if you tell someone that is complimenting you that, oh, actually, this is skill, it took me like this many years to be able to do this, they're gonna just think that you're a pretentious asshole and just be like, oh, okay, never mind. Because, like, you know, that's just how compliments work. I don't know, like, it's really a non-serious issue. I just really wanted something to talk about while I showed you this, like, the footage of me coloring in Wriothesley Genshin Impact, because, like, I don't know, I triple crowned him like a couple weeks ago and I wanted to draw him because I like him. I think he's a little silly, I think he's a little cute, and yeah, it's I don't know, I guess just let me know your thoughts in the comments maybe. So yeah, thank you for listening to me ramble if you made it this far, and let me know your thoughts on this, like, nothing of a situation, and I guess don't forget to stretch. Bye bye.